It's dinner time and I'm not quite feeling it today, so I think I'm gonna scramble things up a little bit tonight. Stay tuned to see what I'm gonna be doing. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy everything that you're seeing. So today I don't really feel like having dinner tonight. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's just, I don't want the traditional at the traditional times. So I decided to go ahead and make a harvest tofu scramble for dinner tonight, and I thought I'd take you along on the journey to let you see how I go ahead and make mine. So if this is something that you like, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That helps everybody else get a chance to see what I go ahead and do in case they don't know what my channel is. And right now I want to give you a challenge. Go in the comment section and tell me what your favorite breakfast item is. Now, it doesn't have to be traditional. It can be something wild. I know my normal breakfast items are things like curries and soups and all different types of things, or it could actually just be your normal traditional items like tofu scramble or pancakes, anything like that. So take a second and put a comment below on what you like to eat for breakfast. So now on to the good part where you guys actually see what I am making. Okay, so I hope I have this done enough for you guys. I already went ahead and prepped a few things. So I'm going to turn on the oven, and today I haven't had any fats, so I did put just a little bit of avocado oil in there to get the pan started. Normally, if I had already had avocado, nuts, seeds, anything like that throughout the day, I would put just a little bit of water in here to saute the vegetables so that it's perfectly okay to do that. So in my bowl, I have a whole block of the organic Greenwise extra firm tofu. Make sure you go ahead and drain that and then press it a little bit to try and get out all of the excess water to it. And then I chopped up one onion and also a couple handfuls of hash browns in there. So I am going to go ahead and saute this for a little bit, probably a good 5 to 10 minutes, and that will definitely shrink up a lot. And at that point I will show you what else I'm going to be adding for the last couple of steps. Okay, at this point it's kind of reduced a little bit, starting to get the onions sweating, and the hash browns are starting to get a little bit of brown in them. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my spices on. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some turmeric across it to give it that wonderful yellow look of regular eggs. Then I always like to do onion flakes. They give it just a little bit of a different flavor than your regular onions do. Next, my favorite thing is going to be garlic. And to get the greens in there, some parsley. Next, to give it a little bit of a meaty flavor, I'm putting in some fennel seeds. And I have a Frontier Veggie pepper blend that I'm going to put in that has a little bit of salt and pepper, a few other things. Just make sure that it sprinkles. And then I'm going to go ahead and give that a really good stir. As you can see, it's kind of coming together now, getting that nice golden color to it. And at this point, I am going to go ahead and add in some, I don't think we can see it, there we go, some Woodstock organic mixed mushrooms. Since these do have a little bit of a higher water content, and they take a little bit of time to unthaw. Unfortunately, I don't have too many, but as you can see, some of the chunks are fairly big, so once that gets a little less frozen, I'll go ahead and cut that up. And I'm also going to add some Publix Organic Capri blend. It's got your zucchini, yellow squash, carrots, and green beans in there. And we'll dump the rest of the bag in. And I like to do those also at this time because, as you can see, some of these pieces are fairly big too. So I'm just going to scramble that up. Okay, so as you can see, everything's turning out really good. I'm making sure that it doesn't turn brown, although growing up, Grandpa always said eggs are not done until they are brown, which definitely don't want to do that with the tofu. It'll get a little too hard, so we want to make sure it stays nice and yellow in there. So next, I'm going to top it with some kale. Alright, what the heck? I'm getting lots of little runaways here, so pop those all back into the skillet. And I just kind of push it around so it can start steaming there a little bit. And at this point, I'm also going to put in some of my bacon bits. This is the Frontier vegan ones. So it tastes just like the bacon bits I used to get for my salads. So it gives me that feeling that I have some bacon crumbled up into my tofu scramble. So we're going to do that. And then at this point too, I am also going to get some nutritional yeast in there. It gives it that nice cheesy flavor. Get your added B12 in there. I always try and get the nutritional yeast in the bulk aisle. It's a lot cheaper than getting it in the containers. Plus, you save the environment by not having to buy extra packages that you don't necessarily need. So I'm just going to give this a really good stir, probably let it sit for another couple of minutes to let the kale unthaw just a tiny bit, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's plated. So hopefully that kind of showed you what I do for my tofu scrambles. This one is more of a really heavy vegetable based one. I love a lot of vegetables with a little bit of either, say, tofu, or like if I'm making any of my fried rices or anything like that, you'll notice that it's the majority of it is going to be your vegetables with a little bit of the rice or a little bit of the quinoa in there. I just really like to get those whole vegetables in there. And in case you're wondering, it doesn't really matter if it's fresh or frozen. It still gives you all of the nutrients that you need. And fun fact, I just found out when I was listening to one of my Food Revolution Summit lectures, they said that frozen berries are actually more nutritious than your fresh berries are. So you never know. As long as it's not canned, you don't want to get any of the aluminum from the cans, any of the plastic, anything like that. So always try and stick with fresh, local, seasonal vegetables or your frozen vegetables. So just to let you see what I made, this is what the scramble looks like now, all done. Can't wait to eat that. This is a nice giant bowl. The rest of it is going to be a little bit for mom, since as you can tell I'm not in my kitchen. I'm over at my mom's house today editing our videos. And then the other half of it I made extra so that I don't have to tomorrow morning when I go ahead and go over to a friend's house to just kind of catch up with her. And I always like to put a little bit of extra cheese in there too. I like cheese. I'm a Wisconsin girl. So if I wouldn't have put the nutritional yeast in there, I probably would have done the Violife feta. Haven't tried this one yet, but I'm going to keep this in the fridge. I decided to make gluten-free spanakopita. So I am going to actually use the Violife shredded cheddar. This tastes just like I took a block of Wisconsin cheddar cheese and shredded it. It tastes so good. I like to take handfuls right out of the bag. I top it on my tofu scrambles, on my tacos, on even my pizza once when I was making more of a hamburger type of a pizza. So this one definitely right up there, and if you're going for slices, I still love my follow your heart ones, but as far as shredded, this one's better. So I'm gonna go ahead and have my tofu scramble, and I also have a couple of clementines here to round things out. So if you like my videos, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe bell underneath and the little bell for your notifications so that you can find out when I'm going to be doing my next video. If there's anything that you'd like to see from me, please remember to go ahead and comment down below whether or not you like this recipe, what your breakfast items are that you like, or if there's any other type of videos that you would like to see from me in the future. And I just want to say thank you. If you wanted to see another version of my tofu scrambles, please go over to my Instagram page. You can see something that I did earlier in the month that's similar but just a little bit different. All right, guys, thank you, and you have a nice day.